Hello, lovely yogi. Welcome to Flow with Shreya. I'm Shreya, and today I'm going to be talking about what it means to ground down through your feet. You might have heard this phrase from many yoga teachers, but might be wondering, what does that actually mean? How do I do that? And that's exactly what I'm going to be going over today. So if you want to learn how to ground down through your feet, come flow with me. Our feet are our foundations. They provide us a connection with the earth and the ground, and they support us whenever we are upright in a standing position or practicing standing postures in yoga. When we learn how to properly align and use our feet, it can help enhance our practice. It can also provide more stability and balance and help us avoid injuries when we learn how to use our feet in a more efficient way. You might have heard your yoga teacher say during a practice, ground down through your feet. Now, this doesn't always mean just to place all of your weight heavily into your feet. So let's explore this a little bit more. Come into a seat and take your feet out in front of you. Place your palms by your hips and flex and point your toes a couple of times. Just releasing your ankles, maybe take some ankle circles here. And just notice all the different sensations you feel in your feet. When we're talking about grounding down through your feet, you notice that your heel is one point in your feet, and sometimes even referred to as 2 points. And then the ball mound of your foot by your big toe and by your pinky toe are another 2 points on your feet. These are the points that typically make a connection with the ground. When you place your foot flat on the ground, you may notice that your arch lifts up, and these 4 points that we just talked about, or 3 points, are the ones that make the connection with the ground. Now, all of us have different anatomy when it comes to our feet. For example, I have flat feet and fallen arches, as well as extra bones in my feet. So someone like me would need to take extra precaution or provide extra support when it comes to walking or practicing yoga. Let's come into a standing position and see what grounding down looks like in action. As you stand on your mat, notice where your feet naturally connect with the ground. Where your feet are connected with the ground has a big impact on the alignment of your ankle joint, your knee joint, as well as your hip joint. What you want is an even distribution through those points on your feet, and you want your inner arches to lift up, creating stability and balance within your legs. Some people might place more weight on the outer edges of their feet and have a really high lifted arches. This creates a slight external rotation in your hips and might put some extra pressure on your joints. Some people, like me, might have fallen arches or just in general place more of our weight through the inner edges of our feet. This causes a slight internal rotation, and again, it travels up the ankle, the knee, and the hip joint. Now keep in mind the alignment of your feet and your legs also travels up all the joints that come above at the top of our body. So you can see how it can really affect not only our yoga practice, but also our day-to-day life. When you're standing in a posture like Tadasana, you want your feet to be about hips width distance apart, maybe a little bit closer if that feels right in your body. And then again, you want to make contact and press down energetically through those 4 or 3 corners of your feet. The ball mound by your big toe, the ball mound by your pinky toe, as well as your heel. Your inner arches should be lifting up, and this means your kneecaps are lifting up, your quads are engaged, your core is engaged, and your palms are by your sides. This is your traditional Tadasana, or mountain pose. Now, as you extend up for extended mountain pose, inhale and lift your arms up, but keep that alignment in your feet. Now press down through your feet and lift up through your arms. Exhale the palms to heart center. Now, what does grounding down through your feet look like in a posture like, say, Warrior Two? Take a wide stance, Turn your front toes out to the front edge of your mat, bend into your knee, and we'll find that alignment here. In a posture like this, your hips are open. You can ground down through your feet here as well. Again, those four corners of your feet are pressing into the earth and your inner arch is lifting up. Now, as soon as you lift up energetically through your inner arches, you might notice your legs automatically engage here. Your muscles get tighter, and that's what you want for strength in your lower body as you practice a posture like Warrior Two. Take your arms out wide, engage your core, and breathe. Now, in this case, the tendency of the back foot is to roll in and have your weight towards the inside part of your foot. So you want to actively press through the outer edge of your foot, lifting that inner arch up and also pressing down through the four corners of your feet. Make sure your front knee is tracking out towards your front pinky toe and breathe here. Do you notice more stability and strength in this posture when you're grounding down through your feet? Exhale, straighten out the front leg, turn your toes towards the long edge of your mat. Now turn your back toes towards the back edge of your mat. Bend into the front knee. Take Warrior Two on the opposite side. Again, take your time to engage your core, engage your legs by lifting up through the inner arches and pressing down through the four corners of your feet on both feet. You want your front leg and back leg both to be strong and stable here in a posture like Warrior Two. Breathe in and out. Press through the outer blade of your back foot. Inhale, straighten out the back leg, turn both toes forward, and heel toe your feet back together. Let's go into chair pose. So this time, bring your feet maybe hips width distance apart or a little bit closer if that works for you. As you exhale, bend your knees and sink your hips low. You can reach your arms up here if you'd like, or bring your palms to heart center. Breathe here. Now notice the tendency of your feet here. Are you rolling your feet inwards? Are you rolling your feet outward? What is going on? You ideally want your middle toes to point forward. Your big toes can maybe point slightly in towards each other to make this happen. Again, the four corners of your feet press down into the ground. Energetically go there, lift up through the inner arches. And you might notice this engages your quads a little bit more. Engage your core, hug your belly button up and in. And here, if you want to feel this space a little bit more, especially if you have flattened arches, you can lift your toes up off the ground. This will help you feel a sensation of those four corners of your feet really grounding down. Sink low here. Squeeze the air in between your thighs, palms to heart center, and breathe. Exhale, straighten out the legs and fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And here in this space too, ground down through your feet, creating this stable foundation and lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold once more. Maybe shift side to side, bending one knee and then the other. Inhale, roll all the way up. I hope you notice a difference here in your natural position and when you actively press your feet into the ground, creating that feedback of the ground back up through your body. Now, grounding in itself is a term that has a much deeper meaning that you can look into and go into yourself, but that connection between your feet and the ground has really immense benefits when it comes to the energies within your body and your connection with nature and your environment. In order to keep your feet healthy and well, it's important to allow your feet room to breathe outside of socks and shoes, and also find the time to stretch and feel the points in your feet. In fact, there are so many acupressure points within your feet that are connected energetically throughout the rest of your body. If you want to stimulate these acupressure points or improve the health of your feet, you can always use an acupressure mat and stand on top of it. It's an intense sensation, but it energizes you and relaxes you at the same time. Now I'd like to go over a few stretches for your feet that you can do as well. So coming down onto the ground, find yourself in a tabletop. Tuck your toes under, and then just shift your hips back and forward. Now you'll feel this stretch all the way in the bottom soles of your feet. Inhale back to center, and bend your knees as you lift your feet off the ground and take some ankle stretches. Again, just notice the sensations here. Breathe in and out. Now place the tops of your feet on your mat. And again, just shift forward and back. This might not feel as intense for some of us who have been practicing yoga in child's pose or any of the postures that require the tops of our feet to touch the mat. But it's still a great space just to bring some movement and mobility into our feet. And take a seat back on your heels, and I'll go over another way you can stretch the bottoms of your feet. Lifting your hips up, coming into a high kneel, tuck your toes under, and then sit back on your heels. You might feel this intense sensation on the soles of your feet, especially near your toes. Breathe in and out. Exhale, plant your palms, release your feet, and come back to your seat. So there you have it. Those are some tips and tricks for your feet and what it means to ground down through your feet in a yoga practice. Notice this when you're walking as well. Notice where your feet land, and notice if you can create this connection with the ground with the four corners of your feet and lift your inner arches up as much as you can. I hope you found those tips helpful, and next time you practice, be sure to ground down through your feet in any standing postures and notice how it might improve your balance and your practice. If you found this helpful, be sure to share it on social media and tag me at Shreya so more people can find this valuable information. If you want to support me creating videos here on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the thumbs up button down below. You can also click the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos every week. As always, what I'm wearing, the mat I'm practicing on, and any props we've used will all be linked in the description bar below. Check out this playlist right here to find a flow and practice these skills that you've just learned. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what other phrases might be confusing you and what I can help you with. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.